What up YouTube, it's your boy Anime Specialist. Such a great episode of Sword Art Online today. I don't even know what's gonna be the title of this video yet because of all of the things that happened in this episode, but let's get right to it, man. At first, because of what happened in last week's episode, I really thought that this episode would be mainly Kirito versus Yu-Gi-Oh, but it wasn't really that. We saw the battle, it was pretty damn cool. It was cool to see them fight for real, but we didn't really have a result. We saw Yu-Gi-Oh just ice them up because he wanted to defeat the Pontifex Quinella. And yeah, man, I would want to see them fight for real to the end, but obviously it's not gonna happen. Something that we have to talk about is that we've already seen the full extent of Yu-Gi-Oh's power. I think we've seen all of his technique with his Blue Rose, but we still haven't seen Kirito go full power with his new sword. You know, it doesn't have a name yet. He said that he will name the sword soon, but we haven't seen the full extent of Kirito's power yet. So I think we're gonna see this in next week's episode and probably in a future episode, because in the opening we saw some new visuals. We saw Kirito fight the Pontifex Quinella, so this will be awesome. But yeah, man, I really want to see what's the full extent of Kirito's power in this world. The second act of this episode was another battle, more mental than physical, but we saw some physicality. We saw Yu-Gi-Oh try to stab the Pontifex Quinella with this special knife that is supposed to stop her, and it actually didn't work because she blocked it with basically her body because she's way too strong right now. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool to see, and I'm just gonna ask that because I've asked it in another video, but why the hell does she always naked? You know, she likes to be naked for a reason. I don't know why, but maybe it's to try to seduce the male or the female characters, you know. But yeah, man, it was I don't mind it. I like it because she has a pretty cool design in the show, and it's always cool to see some fan service. But yeah, man, it was that was my question to y'all. But anyway, like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't able to break her guard with the special knife, but he was able to break her guard with his Blue Rose sword, and even she was surprised. She knew what sword it was, so we'll have to keep an eye with the Blue Rose because it may be the most powerful sword in this world right now, maybe except for Kirito's sword, but we'll see. Obviously, when Yu-Gi-Oh froze Alice and Kirito, it wasn't supposed to be permanent. It was only temporarily for them to help him defeat Quinella after that. But it was just cool to see Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh come up and team up with Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, we haven't seen the team up yet, but they will team up. It was cool to see them come up with the Prime Minister. He was all scared and all of that. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool to see all three of them together again. Even though neither of them remember being together when they were kids, except maybe Yu-Gi-Oh, because he remembers being with Alice when he was a kid, and he had some flashes of Kirito too, so maybe he remembers everything right now. But yeah, man, the only one that remembers is Yu-Gi-Oh. Kirito doesn't remember anything. He kind of arrived as an adult, and Alice doesn't remember anything because of Quinella, you know. So hopefully soon they'll remember everything, every memory that they had when they were kids, because that's the thing that I want the most right now in the series, that they remember everything so that they can, you know, have good memories together, even though Kirito is a real human and they are artificial intelligence. But yeah, man, we're gonna see them fight for the first time together. We're gonna see finally the full extent of their powers. We've seen everything from Yu-Gi-Oh, I think, but we haven't seen everything from Alice and Kirito. So it's gonna be amazing to see it. It's gonna be an amazing fight. The animation was on point. It's always on point for Sword Art Online, but it's gonna be amazing next week's episode because they're going up against a really strong opponent, the Prime Minister. And the last thing that I want to talk about to finish this video is the Prime Minister, man. This man is disgusting. I know that women have beautiful bodies, beautiful mind and everything, but they're not object, bruh. So obviously, if you saw the episode, his deal with Quinella is that if he was to go up against Kirito, Alice, and Yujiro, and if he won the battle, he would be able to, have intercourse, have sex with Quinella for one night. He could do everything to her body for one night, and that's disgusting, bro. Women are not object; they're a human being. They're precious and everything. So anyway, man, this man gotta die. He gotta die. So we'll see what's gonna happen in next week's episode. His transformation, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fire. No pun intended, but it's fire, bruh. So we'll have to see what's gonna happen in next week's episode. I can't wait to see them work together. We know that Kirito and Yujiro have some connection. They have some how do you say this, chemistry, but we haven't seen them fight with Alice. Even though they kind of know each other, they don't really know each other. So obviously, I think that Alice and Kirito are the strongest, but I think Yujiro is not far behind. So yeah, man, I'm excited for next week's episode. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be awesome. The animation, like I said, is always on point, but next week it's gonna be godly. So I can't wait for that. This season of Sword Art Online was kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's been really, really good in my opinion, but it's kind of getting better and better with each episode. At the beginning of the season, I thought it was okay, but in each episode it's getting better and better, and I think there's a lot more episode to go right now. I think we're at episode 20 or something, so there's a lot more episode to go. I think it's a 52 episode season. But yeah, man, I can't wait for the rest of the season. I'm wondering what's gonna happen next, because it seems like they're gonna defeat Quinella in the next few episodes. So I'm wondering what will be next after they defeat her. But yeah, man, it was a great episode. I think it was an 8 out of 10 at least. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I'm gonna rewatch this episode because I really like it. I think it was one of my favorite. I know I say this after every video almost, but I think it was one of my favorite episode of the season, just because of how the Yujiro Kirito battle, and then the Yujiro versus Quinella, and then just seeing all three of them, Alice, Kirito, and Yujiro together again, was just amazing. But yeah, man, I do Sword Art Online reviews every Saturday, so subscribe for that. And I do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, The Promised Neverland reviews on Thursdays, and One Piece Sword Art Online Fairy Tail reviews on Saturdays. I will also do Boruto Naruto Next Generation reviews on Sundays when the anime catch up to the manga. I know it's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna do that, so stay tuned for that. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Anime Specialist, like the name on YouTube, So yeah, man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.